nigga, gotta put your hands up. If you a hustler, get your motherfucking stacks up. Real killers, they don't never put your straps up. Niggas be the first to get smacked up. If you a real nigga, gotta put your hands up. If you a hustler, get your motherfucking stacks up. Real killers, they don't never put your straps up. Niggas be the first to get smacked up.
Wild as a juvenile, scarred as a child. Born to be a gangster nigga, married to the style. A lot of people said I'd be dead for my time. Now it's 20 years later, Lark still on the grind. Still in the crime, got a bunch of artillery. Fuck all my enemies, having dreams of them killing me. Screaming, I fuck the police, they hot on the nigga trail. Black and I'm aggravated, they want me inside a cell. I would never tell, hell I run with the killers. Dope dealers and cap pillars, we breeding gorillas. Rest in peace to my niggas, killers locked up in the pen. Doing time on federal charges, no freedom again. It's been a long time coming through the snitching and the jealousy. Locked don't know shit when them laws come and question me. Raised by the streets, y'all ain't grinding enough. If you a hustler, get your motherfucking stacks up.
If you a real nigga, gotta put your hands up. If you a hustler, get your motherfucking stacks up. Real killers, they don't never put your straps up. Niggas be the first to get smacked up. If you a real nigga, gotta put your hands up. If you a hustler, get your motherfucking stacks up. Real killers, they don't never put your straps up. Niggas be the first to get smacked up.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Lark the Shark. I'm in here with my nigga Wash Off at the pulpit. I'm just taking a couple of minutes to talk about some of my life of crime days and, you know, how I matured and got away from a lot of stuff I was doing. You know, I'm changed now. You know, I don't do half of the shit. Well, I don't do none of the shit I used to do. You know, all the stuff I'm into now is legitimate. You know, a lot of people didn't even think I was gonna make it. You know, I didn't even think I was gonna make it. You know, a few of them years. But anyway, I'm gonna start it off. I remember I had a couple of stolen cars that I used to like, you know, keep around and, you know, do little crimes in. Right? I had like 3 or 4 stolen cars like in my neighborhood. I used to like hide them in. You know, I used to hide these cars in different apartment complexes. So, I mean, you know, if I needed a car or one of my homeboys or somebody needed a car, you know, we had access, you know, to have a car that couldn't nobody trace, you know, back to us. So, you know, I did that, man, for, man, like, shit, a couple of years, you know, without getting busted doing that. And anyway, I remember me and my homeboy, man, one of my partners from the break. Me and him, man, you know, we had planned a crime spree. You like, man, look, all this week, man, like we finna hit them hard, man. We finna be everywhere. We finna be all over the West. We finna terrorize the streets. So, you know, like I said, we started, man. We would go out, you know, we had got the truck. Man, we would go out, man. We was robbing, man, theft. Man, burglar, I'm talking about, man, whatever it was, man, that we seen an opportunity, man, we jumped on it, you know, and we basically stayed under the radar. I mean, you know, the police was never really hot on us. All the shit we was doing, man, we was like hitting it and go, getting it and go, getting it and go, getting it and go all week. But anyway, you know, every night when we would get through, you know, I would take him to his apartment, you know, which he stayed with his girlfriend and off the break. So, you know, every night we would get to his apartment, you know, so we get all, you know, everything we been got, all the money, the drugs, or the property, whatever it is we had, man, you know, we'd line it up on the table, you know, and, you know, start dividing what was mine, you know, what was his, you know. Me and him, you know, was pretty cool, so we didn't ever really have a problem with, you know, this yours, this mine. I mean, you know, we always did each other fair, you know, and that was cool, you know, like that, you know, like that's one thing I liked about him. You know, like he wasn't greedy and I wasn't greedy. So we busted up, everything was cool. But what I didn't like was every time we would sit down to break everything down, you know, his girl would come sit right there, you know, like she had been with us or something. She right there eyewitnessing everything we got and hearing everything we talking about. And, you know, I didn't feel comfortable with that. To me, he felt like he was kind of, putting on for his girl a little bit, letting her see, what we had going on. And, he had money to kind of drop on some of the bills now, whatever was going on. But then, like, the one time I did say something about it, his girl got mad at me. His girl was like, well, this is my husband, and I should be able to know whatever it is he got going on. I'm his wife, so I should know what's going on with him, which I really didn't agree to that. But like I say, this day house, and, I just let it roll. But like I said, I never felt comfortable with that because I don't never let people be in my business like that. Especially when it's doing some criminal shit like that, man. But anyway, a couple of days later, he asked me to use the truck so he could go take care of some business. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I let him use the truck. So, the next morning, my phone started ringing. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? It's his girl screaming at the top of her lungs. You mother sucker. That truck was stolen. And now my husband in jail and he don't have no bond. And so, I'm waking up. I'm like, man, what? She like, yeah, he in jail and it's all your fault because you knew that truck was stolen. So I tell her, well, he know this truck stolen, just as well as, I know. So he know the truck was stolen. Of course, she wasn't trying to hear that. Of course I was the bad guy. And so what she started telling me, like everything we had did that week, she started telling me everything we had did this week. I'm talking about every lick we had hit, me and him had hit, which I didn't tell her. She telling me everything that she was going to tell the police. So now I'm getting worried. I'm like, damn, I'm going to have to try to exile the plan some kind of way? So anyway, man, I get off the phone with him. But I realized that everything we was doing, and when I would drop him off and I would leave, and him and this girl get in the bed, he would lay down with his girl and just pillow talk and tell her everything we was doing. Like I say, all that was dangerous to me because, then I felt she had control of my fate as far as me going to jail or me staying free. But anyway, some kind of way, everything worked its way out. And, the police never did come harass me about, all the stuff we was doing. But anyway, he ended up getting 40 years because I didn't know that he ended up, he used the truck and went and shot some niggas up and, I guess he robbed them. I mean, whatever happened, he ended up getting 40 years. So, some kind of way, man, I made it away from that situation. But a couple of weeks later, I get jammed up in one of the other cars. One of the other houses. I'm driving another one. I get jammed up. So I go to jail. And, at the time, I had a good girl behind me, a college girl. She was a school teacher. She was teaching at a school. So I called her. She came and bonded me out. Which her family was telling her, no, don't bond him out. Let him do his time. Leave him in there, girl, this and that. So I was like, oh, man. Anyway, she came and got me. So I got out. I'm out on bond. So the first court date, I made it to the first court date. I went, it was just a reset. Really wasn't that much to it. So the next court date was in like 2 weeks, for me to come back and, tell them if I got a lawyer or not, stuff like that, right? So, 2 weeks rolled around. It's coming up time for me to go to court. And, I started getting nervous about going to court. I didn't have my lawyer yet. So I was like, I was thinking about going on a run. I was like, man, fuck this, man. I ain't going to court. So what I did, my homeboy Point Blank in PSK 13, had a show in Baton Rouge. So I'm like, okay, well, fuck it, I'm going to Baton Rouge with y'all. So, man, boom, going to Baton Rouge. Like I say, the day to court, the day of court, of course I wasn't there. So now I done jumped bond. So they calling my girl, they calling my dad, they calling all the numbers they got on me. And, so now my cell phone ringing off the hook, but I'm out of town, so I'm not answering the phone for nobody. So, like I say, a couple of days later, I make it back from Baton Rouge back to Houston, right? But I'm laying low. Nobody really know I'm back in town. So I went to the corner store, in my neighborhood off of West Airport. I'm on the A. I go to the store, So as I'm walking in the store, I see, one of those ass niggas who I really don't fool with, that's always in somebody's business, the wrong way. I'm going in the store, and I see him look me in my face, right? And as he look me in my face, I see him look over and tell his other guy, the police looking for him. I read his lips, right? Now I started checking right then, but I really didn't want no trouble right then. So, I just let it go. I really ain't sweat. I went in the store, got what I got, and, got up out of there. So, anyway, at the same time, I was cutting hair at the barbershop. So with me, being out on by jumping bond, so what I would do, I would go to the barbershop at night, like all the people who knew I was cutting hair or whatever, I was having them come to the barbershop like at 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I'm in the barbershop at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, cutting hair, doing my thing. So, but me not knowing that the whole time the Bells bondsman is like following me. So anyway, man, like this particular night, I'm coming out the barbershop, I had one of my other homeboys who was cutting hair with me, drive me to the hotel. And I was like, man, I'm just, stay at the hotel and, I'll be back out tomorrow or whatever. So I paid him, drive me to the, I went to the Mustang Inn. I'm at the Mustang, I go in, I pay my money, $40 for the room. I go to the room, go in the room, lock myself. I had a pistol with me. Locked myself in, sat down on the bed. Man, look, it wasn't even 15 minutes, man. I made one phone call. I got on the phone, and I called my girl who had bonded me out. I called her, so she was asking me where I was, which I wouldn't tell her. Man, next thing I know, man, I heard a bamming, like people banging on the doors. Room to room search. I'm like, damn. So I get off the phone with her. Hey, I gotta go. I hang the phone up. I go to the window. I peek out the window, and I see, like, not the laws, but I guess the bounty hunters. They go in each room to room search. They knocking on everybody's door. I'm like, oh shit. So I take the pistol. I stash the pistol up under the mattress, and man, so eventually the phone started ringing. The phone in the room is ringing. So I answer the phone. It's the man in the office. So he telling me, hey, open the door. I'm like, say, man, y'all got the wrong room, man. Whatever y'all, man, look, I don't know what y'all got going on, but whoever y'all looking for, I'm not him. And I hang the phone up. And, back then, man, like they had, I guess they could control the switch, from the office. So, man, they unlocked my door. The cats ran in on me, man. They tackled me, quarterback sacked me. Got me down, handcuffed me. They put thumb cuffs on me, man. They had some cuffs for your thumbs. Handcuffed me, man. They roughed me up, took me out, called HPD. Just so happened when HPD got there, it happened to be a HPD officer that was coming to the barbershop, that I knew and was cool with. I had cut his hair a couple of times. And, man, he came, he talked to me. He was like, damn, Lark, man, you damn, brother, what's going on with you? And, I kind of calmed down. I mean, because I respected him. I calmed down. They finally got me in the car because I fought for them to even put me in the back of the car because I knew I was gone for at least 12 months. And like I say, man, I ended up having to go, man, see the judge, and the judge threw some extra time at me for escape and jumping bond and all that, man. But like I say, after that time, is when I realized, I matured, during that time, and I realized, man, try to go, try to turn my life, legitimate. So, I started working on it, slowly but surely, and, started cleaning my life up, which it took a long time for me to clean my name up, for people to trust me and, start just believing, in what I had going on. But, like I say, man, I mean, some lessons, man, you have to go through something, to really learn your lessons if it don't kill you or if you don't get that life sentence. But, like I say, man, a lot of people have wrote me off, and I turned it around, and I'm alive today, man. Is just to say, to get wisdom, man, you got to live long enough, just to see what you might can turn out to be, and that's it. Love y'all. Peace.